What the fuck?
What's that?
Excelsior, guys. So before we start this video, we obviously want to let you know that we don't condone any of the violence or anything that happened towards the end of this park run. We want to be spreading positivity. That's our MO, you know, spreading good vibes to you guys. But we do feel an obligation, since we said we're going to go up to California and play Cam, to show you guys what happened from our angle. We were there. We were ready to play, but obviously things didn't go well, like we expected. Things took a turn for sure. So we want to show you guys from our angle, kind of explain what happened and give our side of the story there.
You know, we gained a lot of respect for Cam. He really didn't back down from anybody in the midst of all that. And the one thing that we had was probably the best angle there, because you know our boy Pork was back there in the mix.
Yeah, I think it was just an unfortunate situation on all sides. I think a lot of people were at fault, not just one person. But yeah, we're going to give you a little play-by-play from our angle, what happened, what went down at the Cam Wilder Park Takeover in California.
Enjoy.
All started Saturday. We had originally pulled out to Venice Beach to collab with some other creators the day before the park takeover, and we noticed they had a women's Drew League going on. So we actually reached out to Cam, told him he's not gonna be able to do this tomorrow. They still have this women's Drew League going on the whole day. There's an event going on. He's gonna have to switch the location. So there was a bunch of guys kind of reaching out to him, telling him they had to switch the location. They were trying to figure that out, giving him different suggestions. They ended up at that new place, Veterans Memorial. So I don't know much about California or about that area, but apparently it wasn't the best spot to go in the first place. People were already kind of arguing about who had next. Tensions were kind of rising a little bit before Cam even got there. But a list was created. We got on that list. We were ready to play. So Cam pulls up. The first game, they're running a full court press and falling back into a 2-3 zone in a park run. So I don't have much of an opinion on that. I think that's an interesting way to go about park takeover basketball. But hey, they were doing their thing. They were hooping. First game goes by. Cam's team wins pretty easily. Yeah, smokes that team. The next team pulls up, and they got a couple creators, I think, from the LA or like California area. I think a couple guys from the Bay Area. They were some hoopers for sure. It started off slow. I think Cam's team went up like 6-0.
Well, and a little backstory is I think they had beef before. I think they were like talking shit to each other on Instagram and maybe some TikTok. But there was definitely history there. There was definitely history where they had been arguing and they had been going back and forth before. And so the stage was really set for that matchup for the park run, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And at that time, a lot of people were pulling up. Kenny Chow had pulled up. I think, what's the other? AJ LaPrey was there. Like, the energy was getting a little bit higher. But at the same time, the game started getting really physical. Like, people were shoving each other. Hard fouls being, not called, going back and forth. They're still running this full court press, like 2-3 zone. Tensions were just kind of rising a little bit, and you could tell. And then the other team that was playing them, they started making shots. Like, they started, winning, I guess, getting buckets. There was a play that was absolutely crazy before that happened.
Probably the craziest play in a park run I've ever seen.
Yeah, so
honestly.
A dude on Cam's team tries to dunk on this like 6'10" guy. He blocks it, goes down the court, throws a lob up to another guy. He dunks it. I think his name's IB. That's another big creator there. But yeah, they're going at it, going back and forth. I think the game gets to 13-12. So this guy on the other team that's playing Cam hits a crazy shot. So it's 13-12. Cam's team's actually losing. And then basically IB, or this Cortland Holloway, gets the ball. Driving down the court in a fast break. I think it's for game point. And Cam does foul him. I think there's an angle like where he kind of goes up, gets a bit of his arm, and he calls the foul. Cam didn't think it was a foul. And then things just kind of escalated pretty quickly. There's some shoving.
Cortland said he got in Cam's face, and then Cam pushed him off. But
yeah,
Cortland's admitting like, hey, I got in his face, but it would have never happened if he would have just gave me my foul.
Things just escalated from that, and then everyone was kind of shoving. The last thing I remember is two random people one literally body slamming another guy, and that guy just running to his car. So at that point, everyone sees that guy running to his car and just takes off running. And that was our initial reaction. If we see a crowd running, we're not going to stick around to see, you know, what's going on, investigate all that. Yeah, hey, what's going on here? I'm not Sherlock Holmes there. I'm taking off too. It's not worth the risk at that point. And right there, we're going to be in better safe than sorry. It sucks that we couldn't, you know, play, but we didn't want to risk, you know, what could possibly happen after that. We didn't know these guys. We're not from the area. You know, and they could be capable of anything when they're getting angry. I think my take on things is basically that I think a lot of people are at fault. It's not purely Cam, not the crowd, not that one person that got fouled. I think it's just kind of the environment that we as content creators have kind of created in a sense. I think we've made a lot of videos that were you know, violence gets views, that kind of stuff, and people have latched onto that. And they want to go viral as well. I think the only way to go viral is to, you know, have these violent videos or have violent fights and stuff like that. So everything kind of feeds into it, and this is kind of what it's come to. That's why we love, you know, playing with Devontae, playing with those guys so much, is because he really promotes positivity, and I think that's what we do as well. We try to show, you know, things in a positive light, and things can go viral in really good ways, not just violent ways. So I hope this kind of shows to people that this needs to be put to an end. Eventually, it's not sustainable. It's not what people should be doing as content creators, and not what we should be promoting. But obviously, we had to show you guys our angle of it, and show why we couldn't play Cam. Hopefully, things will be a lot more positive from here on out. Yeah, with that said, we're willing to play anybody 5-on-5. I don't think they want this smoke on the actual court.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I'm nice these days.